Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Spartika Games. I am Spartika. I am currently playing Terminal 1. It's gameplay. We're building an airport. Some might call this an airport simulator. I call it Airport More Tycoon because you're trying to build a lot of, amass a lot of money to build things up. But there is a daily component to it, and therefore maybe it's considered simulator, whatever you want. Either way, we are playing through. Currently, we are on day 52. It's 6 a.m. And again, just welcome back to episode 5 of Terminal 1. Happy to have you here. We are going to build out some things. Last episode, we did a bunch of improvements. We added some more hangars, an additional runway, some access points, and some map access points over here, and then one further down on the right. We also ended up expanding during that episode. Expansion does take quite a bit of money. It goes up every time you expand, so the next one's going to be $5,000. We are going to get this running. Just take a look at the stats real quick. And you can see our maintenance services are way up. 39 flights came in. Our cargo was 22. We're probably getting less revenue per flight, per se, on the maintenance because we had 8,000 in revenue yesterday to 6,400 in cargo on maintenance. So we beat it out by like 1,600, but we have 10 hangars and only 7 aprons for cargo. So as you can see, with less aprons, we're getting less flights and we're getting less revenue. But if we had the same amount, 10 aprons, we probably would have more flights potentially and more revenue. Or at least even amount of revenue and even amount of flights, which is the trade-off, right? Because I talked in the last episode about what services you need to support the different services that you have. So maintenance only needs fuel trucks and tugs, a tug depot, whereas cargo needs the cargo depots as well, which requires you to buy the transports. So when you go in here, you got to buy all these transports to make sure that everything keeps moving along. And then obviously, if you're new here, we monitor the times, these flight times. Again, flight times are when the plane is ready to depart and head to the runway. Let me rephrase that. Once it parks in the apron or the hangar or the gate, if you have a passenger terminal, that's when the clock starts tipping for service. So if you have a long taxiway like this, once the plane lands, like this plane right here, the service time does not start counting until it actually pulls in to this hangar right here. That's when the service time starts to count. And so the closer to the takeoff runway you can get these services, the lower your times are going to be. Now that's just one component, obviously closer to these services as well. One thing I do recommend you do is you monitor these things. So if you click on this building, either one of these buildings, this is the fuel depot. You can see I have 5 fuel trucks, and one just serviced and is headed back to the fuel depot to refill. The others are waiting on aircraft. Now, this game does not allow me to click on this and see where it is. So I don't know which fuel truck this one is, but what I know is it's waiting on aircraft. But I also know I only have 5 fuel trucks, but I have 6 hangars. So I need another fuel depot. And the same's going to go for the tugs. I have 6 tugs. I'm going to need another tug depot. So let's start with whichever one I can get first. Well, that one's 1,500. Let's see how quickly, if I can get to the 1,500. Yeah. So we're going to go. Oh, that's target. That's cargo, not even tug. Oh, the tug is only 500. All right, so we're going to hit the fuel depot first. And then we're going to hit a tug depot. And again, you have to buy the vehicles. So be careful. Like this one's 200 and this one is 100. So I'm going to buy 2 tugs and a fuel truck. And then I'm out of money. And then, oh, more money just came in. So now I'm going to work on these fuel trucks and go back and work on these tugs. See if we can get, and we're full. That's perfect. Actually, $5 left. That's awesome. Okay, and we're going to speed it up. And, yeah. We should get some good amount of planes coming in today. And good service ratings, because these are going to come down this service road here and then pop in here, and then these planes will go down here. Now, this is a landing-only runway. By the way, I cannot control these connection points. This is just automatic. This is a landing-only runway, so a lot of planes come in here. Now, we want to make sure that they are actually utilizing it to go both ways. All right, yeah, so we are seeing what's going on here. Let's get some revenue coming in. Cranking away. Got our planes coming in. Everybody's following the rules. What I was checking was whether or not any planes are actually coming down here. I've not seen anything. Oh, making 300 now over there. I haven't seen any planes come this way. Seems like the only planes are going to the hangars. This is landing and takeoff, and this is takeoff. All right, what I want to check now is our status of our, so we've got 3 parked tugs there and 2 parked tugs there. I'm at 2 parked fuel trucks, 3 parked ones there, and a bunch parked there. So we're good on the service side of things. Parked. Just always looking at some of these things just to see if there's any movement. Let me also see about utilization, runway utilization. So if you go here and then you hover over this, you can see it served 28 flights today. So we had 28 flights land on that runway because this is landing only. And what we also noticed was that they were only going to the hangars on that side. 58% usage. That's for all flights, it seems. Now, if we look at the next one, usage of 96% because that's takeoff and landing. That's 54 flights. Wow, that's 70 something flights. We're crushing it. Well, those 54 is takeoff and landing though, so we don't really know. But you can see here 23 took off on this and 28% usage. Again, the issue I've got is If I move this back to takeoff and landing, oh, they would still use the closest runway because I changed the policy. I took it off. Yeah, I took it off. Take off and runway, take off only. Well, let's play it through. I mean, nothing is going to land after 1,800 hours because the airport basically operations end at 1,800, so they just finished the flights that are already on approach or taxiing to the aprons and hangars, and then they all take off. Looks like I got one more flight. And he's out of here. Wait for our next day queue, which means all the service vehicles are actually off the airport. There it is. And now we can take a look at what we did today. We had a net profit. Again, aircraft cargo is lower, maintenance is higher, 8,000. Gross profit. Look at the tax. Jeez. So bad. Okay. So now let's go next day. And let's see what we get. We're going to need to start building the passenger terminal soon. And I'm thinking about how I might want to do that. Now, the other thing is I may want to add cargo, but I can't add. Aprons won't fit in here. I made this too small. So to make it work, I'd have to delete all this stuff, and that would cost me a fortune to redo that. I mean, at some point we're gonna have to do that because you need to stack services or something, because your travel time to the runway is just so bad if you're too far. Take a look here and see. You know, we got a yellow there. He just missed it by 2 seconds. Overall, our ratings, cargo is 83 on cargo. So something's happening with cargo. So what you can do is you can look at each apron and see. So right now it's telling you cargo transfers at 116 on this apron, and the average service time is 119. So you know that cargo is the problem on apron 1. Same problem on apron 2. Cargo transfer, same problem. Your flight check's 40 seconds, ground power is 8 seconds, fuel recording is 8 seconds. Like, the issue is cargo. The issue for all the aprons is cargo. That's a 2-minute cargo transfer. So how can we, I mean, maybe we can put another cargo depot in. Potentially that could solve it. Again, we've got this issue right here of crossing the runway. I'll go back to see if this changes anything. What is that? That's a cargo depot, right? I need to really be thinking about what the road network is in order for these cargo vehicles to get to these aprons, because if they're crossing runways, it I've as you saw in earlier episodes, it blocks up the runway. Actually, we've got this taxiway here. I wonder if I extended this down to here and we put a bunch of aprons over here, rebuilt the whole. I've got all this. Is that all space I can use? No. How much space of this can I use? Where's the line at? Is that the line? Yeah, that's the line. I can use all that too. Okay, well, that's... I could... Because what I could do is I could extend this taxiway up here. I could bring it down. I could put a ton of aprons back in here so that when these cargo planes leave, all they would do is come down and then go straight. I could also reconnect this piece right here so that these two guys can use this piece, and I could, well, actually I could delete this line right here so that this taxiway is only used for planes going into these aprons. Also, all of these cargo planes and all of these maintenance planes would all leave on this taxiway and out here. But all these cargo planes, until I put another runway in, would just all flow left and then up north. So I would just remove that roadway there. So I think I would start by building out the services along here because they have roadway access, and or services over here. That looks like my cut line though. Is that my cut? Is that my? Oh no. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to buy that land. Oh, okay, I didn't realize that. All right, that's gonna be key. So, and land is 5,000, I think. Okay, let's get 5,000. What's our loan money look like? We owe 6. We could get 25 if we needed it. Let's run a day, see where we're at financially at the end of the gameplay day, which is more than halfway through. It's almost 4 o'clock. Yeah, 4 o'clock on the game clock. And see where we're at with service times here. Everything's looking good. 88.97. So, okay, we're at 1,800 for the last arrival flights. Everybody's hustling. Everybody's working. Lots of cars moving up and down. Again, we need $5,000 to purchase land. We're gonna expand down. That's what we're gonna do, because I like that idea of restructuring in that way. It's gonna cost us a fortune to do it, but after everybody takes off and we get the next day, we're gonna pause. See what we got. We don't have quite $5,000. We don't have quite $5,000. What did we make? $3,000. We need some money. We're gonna buy this. We borrowed the money. Now we're gonna buy land. We're gonna buy this. Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're gonna buy this one too then. I didn't realize it was gonna cost me that much. All right, that's fine. That was 11 grand I just spent on money. I mean, on land. So the next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna put in. We need fuel depots, cargo, flight check services. So let's start with an admin building. We need to think about the road network here too, actually, because I want to put in. We got to put in the apron. So this requires. Let me just look here. This requires 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. That is the widest because this apron only requires 1, 2, 3 blocks. Fuel depots only require 3 blocks. So we need a five block system. So if we did a 5 block, so for instance, we could do, and we know we have to clear this right here. And we know we have to clear this right here. And we know we're going to run taxiway at least up to here. And at least up to here. Okay. So if we've got a cargo depot, right? So the question is, do I put this here and then I need 3 for fuel depot is like 3 by 3. And apron is 3 by 3 as well. An admin building is 3 by 3. So before I go doing that, let me put a fuel building in. That's 3 by 3. It'll connect to the main road. I got this weird thing going on over here. So run. If I turn this sideways like this, no. But if I run it like this, I can run a road. Because I was thinking I could run a road right here for the aprons. Cut them in. But it's still going to be a 5 by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if these are 3 by 3, 3 of those would be 9. Yeah, you'd have to have like 5 of them to equal 3 of these. I might need to put a runway over here too, just for the cargo stuff. It's complicated. What if I ran? So cargo seems to be the bigger issue for everything. So I think I want cargo next to the aprons, which means I need a 3 spot for the other services, a road, and a 5 spot. 3, 4, 5. So let's put a fuel depot here. think about this. If that was there and I ran the road there, then the 5x5, 1, 2, I would run that in the middle. Because I couldn't put them in a row. So what I'm trying to do is the math. I would have to run a road right down here, an access road, if I did not run the road next to the taxiway. That's fine. Let's do this. Then we're going to do this. And then we're going to do this. So we know we're going to have a road here. Before I go doing that, let me put another cargo in. So basically you can run 2 cargoes, yeah. We'll run a road on each side. So if you run 2 cargoes, you can run a fuel truck, an admin, oh, there's no road here. So the admin would get out that way. And then you'd run, I mean, I guess you could run another fuel truck. Like this. Then you're going to have a roadway here. And a roadway here. Then you're going to want the apron, and you're going to need a taxiway. And you're going to want the apron set up like this. It comes out and then goes down. Or it can come back if we do a runway on the other side. It could come the other way if we wanted it to. But for now, there's no... I mean, the biggest thing it's got is the travel time down that road. So we could try that, obviously. I guess maybe we'll just put in 3 right now to see if... I mean, we still have to get the... Oh, come on. We still have to get the taxiway from here. Okay. So now, oh, we also actually have to get it from here. And so this one is going to go, we need to zoom in on this. So first thing is we have to put this way and put this way. Okay, so that's resolved. Then what we're gonna do, oh, I screwed up this access road. Okay, let me, because it needs to come across and connect. So that cost me some money. We're gonna go here with this. That was a mistake. Don't tell anybody. Okay, now we're gonna put an apron here. Boom. Then we're gonna delete this. Okay. Then we're gonna put another apron here. Another apron here. And another apron. We'll put it, I guess we'll just I can't put a service in the middle of that if I put a service road. So I think what I'll do is I'll jog that service road over. I only have $300 left. What's the loan situation look like? Oh, I can get another $5,000. I'll take it. Oh, we're in big debt. Big debt. All right. Let's go back. Let's go back to the roads. All right. Let's see if we can put in a few more. So for now, I'm going to make this. Okay, hold on a second. So I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 aprons here. So I need double the transports just to be safe. On the fuel trucks, I need at least 6. And I need these ramp supervisors. I'm going to need another set of ramp supervisors as well if I want good service levels. And I'm out of money. So I cannot, because another admin building is $1,000. So these guys are going to come out of here and go left and then down and around back. I'm going to put a road in here that gets me over here. I'm going to delete this. This roadway. Why is it not working? Okay. And then they come in the back. Okay, I'm gonna save on maintenance on this taxiway. Yeah. So all of this is gonna go out. And then we're gonna connect this roadway here. This also has to reconnect. And we have to reconnect here. Now, we cannot have anybody coming up this way, so we need to go this way. Okay. So we're going to start. Yeah, we don't have a lot of money. I think that's about as good as we're going to be able to do. It's a huge expansion. Huge expansion. Seems like that's the name of the game of this this particular episode. It looks like big cargo expansion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 additional cargo aprons, 2 cargo depots, 2 fuel truck depots, an admin building. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. See if we get some planes coming down this way. Nothing yet. Which I'm fine with. Like, take the closer aprons if you have to. But let's see. Let's see what's going on. Oh, we got action. 2 of them. Nice. Nice. The other thing I can do is I can start to bring in private planes where the limos will come and pick it up. You make a little bit of revenue from that. It doesn't affect your service level, even though it makes it look yellow and red. So. Rocking and rolling. Oops, wait. Yeah. That's right. Still not hitting quite the numbers we want to be hitting right now. That's the thing. We are not filling up everything, so I think I'll turn on the private jets. One thing I'm going to do to help the private jets, because they bring in limos, I am going to add an airport entrance right off of this here. And then we're broke, but let's run. Oh, here we go. A little bit more money. That's what we needed to finish this roadway. That should bring the limos. The limo service cars in and out. And again, as I mentioned before, the private planes will show yellow and red on your flight information. Like this one, you can tell it's a private plane right here. But it does not count against your service rating. So our demand is very high right now. It's 100. So that means we should be getting a lot of planes in. Now, the one thing that does do is it will use up your service vehicles to service that plane when it comes in. So let's off to the next day. We're now on day 55. And you see we got a bunch of, already we have private plane. This is maintenance. Private jet. So we got a size 3, size 2, private jet, size 3, size 2. And we need the big planes too. This is size 3 is the most I can go. I don't know if there's a size. Oh, there must be a size 4 because there's a 4 number here. I'm not sure what I need to do to get to a size 4 aircraft. That might only be passenger based. Yeah, I might only be able to get them with passenger services. And of course, we've got to work on where we're going to put a terminal. Inside the terminal, we can make it a 2-level terminal once we get enough people. We need a bunch of gates. We need flight team changeover areas. We need lounges and restaurants and bars and bookstores and all those things that generate revenue, which is great, but it takes a lot of effort to do that. So we just got 3 planes that docked on these aprons. Should be interesting to see where we're at time-wise on these. So this one,
let's run the pre-takeoff checklist.
45 seconds.
APU is coming online.
He's
Stand
at
by for shutdown.
57 seconds. His flight check is not good. And again, that's because these guys actually, let me look. Yeah, they're inclusive here. You need to make sure that all the aprons are covered here on for flight check. So that any one of these 4 can service these aprons as well. But the only way for them to get here is to go all the way over here and then down. That's going to create an issue. I need to add roadways. I need to connect this. That's probably what I need to do. So we'll get there eventually, but this jet here, waiting on a passenger transfer, which you don't have any control over. That's the one where the limo comes. And we got another plane coming in, which is great. We're starting to use the aprons. So we got a yellow service rating on this one. Yellow on this one. I think that's this guy.
Let's run the pre-takeoff checklist.
Yep. Yep, that's that guy. So why did we...
Run the pre-takeoff checklist.
Cargo transfer, flight check. Cargo transfer took 238, flight check took 241. That's going to kill us. That is going to kill us. Those are the numbers we're looking for. So this one, you've got transports going to the cargo depot, 2 of them. Transporters loading. So this is the other thing you have to remember is that depending on the size of the plane, it will use multiple transporters to unload it and multiple to load it. So that's why you need to max out your transporters. I might actually even need another cargo transport. $59 seconds on that one. 59 on that one. 114. I'm just looking for blockages right now. It doesn't look like we have anything that's being blocked. We are making some money. So all these reds, these are all private jets. And again, you can't improve those numbers. That's just how that works. Of course, I added the private jet. You know what we could... Actually, I don't think catering would help. I was thinking catering because if you do the terminal, you can do catering, but catering isn't going to matter for maintenance and cargo flights. It's only going to matter for full-on passenger service. There's a lot of investment that goes into the actual passenger terminal. not only the terminal, the runway, the gates. You can do remote gates, which is cool, where it'll do an apron and you can run gates remotely. But again, it's challenging. It's just a lot of cost. Oh, we got a drone issue over here, and I don't have any money to fix this. So it's just going to pal around over here. I've got to get a drone system out there. So looks like we didn't 43% on that last flight. That's not good. All right, it took us all the way up until 11 p.m. at night. One thing I wanted to look at was we had no expenses during that day that we put money through. We had loan interest of $11.44 and a net profit of $3,500. We made $650 off of private jets. Aircraft cargo, $6,500. I'm guessing those private jet service it really tanked our cargo service number. In fact, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that off so that the next day none come in, and we'll see if the service level goes back up. We still have decent demand. And I need to get a drone down here as soon as I can afford it. One thing you definitely want to look for too, I've noticed, like, you want to watch these cars coming out of here and traveling these roads and see where they're going and see if they're getting hung up with anything. I do feel like with these flight check service vehicles that are over here, like, they've got to come out this road or this road, and then they've got to go all the way down here to this road or this road to get into these aprons. So that's an issue. Still owe a lot of money. Can't do anything with that. Just trying to deal with this drone down here. I don't know how much that's really going to affect things, but I'll get the drone. I can't increase the range. Anti-drone station. I can't increase the range on that, so I'll have to put one down in here when I get a chance. They're a couple $100. Oh, something's happening here. Oh. Now, you've seen this before in other episodes. It was happening at this intersection right here, and we removed that. Now it's happening at this intersection where you have an apron that's going to get serviced and people are going to it and they get jammed up going across here, and the only thing you can hope for is that going to pause and then going to speed 1, which is right here, will solve that. Hopefully they'll start to move. There we go. We got lucky. That's the fuel truck. Oh, and they jammed it up. Oh.
351.
All right, let's see if it'll free it up.
Brussels has departed.
Look at all this stack up. It's a huge issue. There we go. Now we're going to free it up. And again, just a reminder that that only ever seems to happen. I mean, it might happen on normal,
arriving from,
but it feels like it only happens on 8x on a faster speed than normal. And fixing it is going more often than not. Fixing that is just going to the normal speed on the game. You can pause it or go to normal speed. It's the 2x or the 8x that seems to create that traffic jam. I'm not sure why that is. See if we can get to a positive cash flow here. That would be nice. I'm not sure we're going to get there. With negative 2,500, we got up to negative 1,700 at one point. But we're getting later in the day, coming up on 4 p.m. airport time. So it's more challenging financially. I mean, the airport operations closes at 1800. So we got another hour and a half. And that means no more landing flights. They'll finish the flights that are in and you'll make the revenue from that. But you're not going to get any more flights landing after 1800. And that kind of, that's not great because, you know, airports work until 11, 12 o'clock at night. So I'd like to be able to extend the hours of the airport. That would be great. Give me more operating time. Generate more revenue from it, but we'll when we get to the next day prompt here, we'll pause this, check our cash flow for the day, check our service ratings, see how everything has performed, and start to look at what, you know, are there adjustments, where are we at with our finances and our loans, and okay, there we go. So the current day situation is we brought in a little over $15,000. Loan interest of $921, gross profit of $10,500, but we paid 60% of that in taxes. So we only netted $4,200. Now, as far as the planes go, looks like we had quite a few planes between you can't scroll down on that to actually see what the numbers were, but as you can see, the cargo hit 10, 9, 6, you know, going midday. I would think there'd be at least 20 cargo flights. And you're looking at, but I don't know what this chart means. Does it mean that's how many flights or planes are in the airport at the given time? I don't know. There's no description of that information. As far as service ratings go, yeah, 81. Now let's look at our service ratings for the previous day. So you can see here that cargo number dropped. Looks like, I don't know, it's hard to see. Oh, 93. It looks like we dropped big time. So when this resets, I think it's going to go down drastically. You can see our airport asset value has gone up drastically again to 73,000. Our cash flow is still negative, so we need to be adjusting that. But our service ratings are not bad. I mean, 80, 90s. This is 93. It's in the 80s. Maintenance ratings are at 100. So that's great. No complaints about that. Let's see what day 57 brings us. And I'm as zoomed out as possible here. I'd like to be able to see the whole field of view, but I can't. I gotta fix that drone thing. I don't have any money to fix that, but yeah, these are all parked. I'm getting to going to the depot. Fuel truck is parked. There's only one fuel truck there. Oh. locked up again.
Maintenance flight H2 3 1.
It's that same intersection.
One traveling to Brussels has departed.
Just keep switching between the speeds on the keyboard. So the keyboard, those controls, those speed controls are mapped to 1, 2, and 3. I'm not going to clear it.
Maintenance flight GG 318 arriving from Washington has landed.
So go ahead, do the save game, load game. You gotta let it reset, and it resets at 6 a.m. So I don't know what we're gonna do about this spot, because if I take out this road,
Cargo flight CV 852 arriving from Luxembourg has landed.
so if I do that, if I take out this road access right here, that means this guy and this guy. So this guy is gonna go down here. I'm probably still gonna end up with issues over here. Anywhere you cross the taxiway, you're gonna run into those issues. Anywhere you cross the taxiway. Because one thing we don't have that would be good is some airports have situations where like roads go underneath taxiways, they go in tunnels and things like that. Bridges, things like that, that would be good. But we don't have those type of runway options here. If I were to remove this, then this would have to go around. We still have to cross this. But what's killing me is when this comes through and they're stuck right here at this turn. That's what was happening over here that I solved. So to solve that, I would have to have more space between the taxiway and the apron. Or I need to run it, like it already runs across here, and I can't get it through here. It would have to go all the way up to here. And they go around, but this is going to cause problems as well when they stack up right here with this taxiway. And I don't have the money to fix it. So I think that's going to be the challenge for the next episode, is how do I fix this section of my taxiway and my aprons and my roadways. That's going to be the challenge. Currently we are on day 57. I am going to end this episode right here. I want to thank you for coming. Make sure that you like and subscribe. In the next episode, we're going to focus on this section alone, trying to reroute stuff, but I got to get some money. So before I come back for that episode, I'm going to advance the game, pay off some loans, and make sure that I've got cash in the bank before I bring you that next episode. That will be episode 6, I believe. Losing count. But anyway, again, thanks for joining me. My name is Spartika. I hope that you'll subscribe and like the video. That helps the algorithm. And hey, it's free, so we greatly appreciate it. Until next time, take care and have yourself a great day.